great suggestion.
Yeah, it looks like a beautiful weekend weather.
Yeah, it might be cool for some on the boat, depending, but we now have our inaugural boating forecast.
There you go.
Haven't busted this one out in a while.
I feel like we needed a drum roll.
I know. It's too late. The moment's passed. But this is also why it's chilly this time of year, because I just looked at the water temperature at Lake Wylie at 63 degrees. So yeah, not bath water. Usually it's later on in the summer that you can even be close to 80-degree water temperature around Lake Wylie. And 80-degree will be the air temperature. It's going to be great to be on the boat. Just when you jump in, you're going to be feeling it. Also, those winds are going to be up to about 15 to 25 miles per hour, so really a breezy day. High temperatures reaching either side of 80 degrees. Depends where you are. Of course, we have about a 10-degree to 15-degree difference up in the mountains where it's been cloudier, because you can see these darker clouds down to the south. We're pointing towards Monroe right now. And speaking of, it's southern Mecklenburg County and really down into Lancaster and Chesterfield County. You're under the gun for severe storms. Yeah, we're not quite done. It's much better than it was. We're not expecting the event like what we saw on Wednesday, not as widespread. But really, the further south you go, that's where I'm really pinpointing Lancaster and Chesterfield County. You have a good chance really between 2 and 8 o'clock that you could have some strong storms. Here's how that all goes down. Even a thunderstorm around Rock Hill to Monroe could strike the lower part of the 485 loop, because as much as 30 miles away from a core of the storm, lightning strike can happen. But usually it's about 10 miles is the maximum for most of them. But check out these cells. These are showing supercell criteria, meaning individual cells that could have a little bit of rotation starting in Chester County through Lancaster to Chesterfield County. Meanwhile, there's a second line. It's a little trough that could fire up a storm or two around the Charlotte area. That's really between about 5 and 7 o'clock, so that could affect any activity at the Wells Fargo Championship. But I think that it's going to be very short-lived, so there might be a delay in action, or people might have to move inside for a few things. By about 8 o'clock, we're pretty much clear of all rain and storm potential. So here's the reason why we have that front that's pushing through. But once this front passes, we are going to be looking at a nice difference, and we're already seeing it through part of the area. 66 is our dew point right now in Monroe. It is juicy down to the south in Lancaster. That's why you have the higher storm potential. But that's that uncomfortable to getting sticky range, almost borderline oppressive dew points, so that air you can wear. Meanwhile, already pleasant air is here in Morganton, much cooler behind that front. So it's going to feel really comfy and refreshing. You've been noticing that today does feel humid. It's been very humid over the last few days, which is translated over to storm fuel. So it's a nice little break. Also, the lower the dew point, the lower the temperature. So we are dropping down to the upper 40s across the area, low 40s for the mountains, lower 50s Sunday and Monday morning before we return to the lower 60s on Tuesday morning. Tomorrow, looking good. We have a few of those scattered clouds a little bit later on. There is a slight chance for a general thunderstorm, really for the foothills and the mountains. I'm not seeing a lot with this, seeing a couple of green dots. So really from Hickory to Boone, maybe you have a brief shower during the afternoon, but pretty much you're going to be in the clear. And then once this little front clears, you're actually going to be clearing things out nicely for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful moms out there, including my wife, Kim, and then, of course, my mom, but she lives in Massachusetts, so she's not watching this right now. Mid-70s is what we're expecting by the middle of the afternoon. Lots of sunshine, just a couple of clouds at most. Also great weather for the soccer game if you're going on Saturday. By Monday, we start to ramp up the mugginess again. We're really going to be feeling a lot more on Tuesday and Wednesday, and yet again, that will give us a much better chance for showers and storms, especially Tuesday and Wednesday next week.